So hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. And on today's video I'm going to give you a look at the bike finally. We took delivery of this T120 Bonneville about 10 days ago, but due to the ice I've not been able to get out and ride it. So today is the first ride. We've done about 11 miles so far, so let me show you around the bike. Okay, so there she is, the 2022 Triumph Bonneville T120 Black Edition. Now as you can see, you've got all blacked out exhaust, foot pegs, you name it, it's all black. This one is actually in the gloss black, not the matte black. I think it goes quite well with the chrome accents on the tank badge that's there, the new one, the triple bar one. And yeah, I just love this bike. Loved it when I saw it originally at Triumph Chester, and I knew that this was the one. It's got the 1200cc high torque engine in. Obviously the fake carbs there, with it being fuel injected. And by the way, this 2022 model is super nice on the throttle, even with it being fuel injected. There's no jerkiness or anything like that. This one comes with the brown seat, which I quite like. It's not a light brown, it's quite a dark brown. I think it just fits nicely. Some like it, some don't, but it's very, very comfortable. I've done a couple of things to it so far. I've put the Motouk radiator protector just there, the Union Jack one. Really nice quality product. And also, I don't know if you can see the sump guard just underneath there, again from Motouk, just to protect the underside. And this comes up quite high to protect the splashes off the wheel. So I've added a couple of things other than the rad guard and the sump guard. Brake reservoir cap, this is a Triumph accessory, nice billet aluminium. And also where the bar clamp is just there, again I've swapped it out for the billet aluminium one, which I think looks really nice with the chrome dials just there. Love these clocks, by the way. Other things I've added: the SP Connect phone mount system, wireless charging for my phone, and basically I've put the wiring straight underneath the tank, and underneath the seat you've got a USB port which is switchable, so I've plugged it into that, and that's watertight with a cover that I've put onto it. Mirrors, they're quite good. I'm not sure yet whether to get bar end mirrors on it, but yeah, they're a quality part, and I think they look quite fitting to the bike. I quite like, for the first time ever, and I know I'm saying this, I normally go for black levers, but I quite like the aluminium brake lever and clutch lever, which are all fully adjustable. The headlight, you've got a LED DRL on the headlight just there, and then a standard bulb for the main beam. Normal bulbed indicators, and on the rear you've got a LED brake light with standard indicators. Tyres, these come on Pirelli Phantom comps. Now we'll probably change these tyres at some point, but I'll leave them on until they've worn down a bit. But yeah, she's a beaut, absolutely love her. One thing I'm going to be adding to the motorcycle for touring and trips, I'll add some side panniers, but these will be fabric ones, like wax cotton. And I found a set from SW Motouk, the Legend series. I'll pop a picture of those just on the screen just now. Not going to go into the specs of the bike. I've done that in a previous video when I borrowed one of these for a couple of weeks from Triumph, one of the press bikes, and I'll pop a link in the top right hand corner if you want to look at the specs. But yeah, she's got twin discs on the front, and also she's got the Brembo calipers on this year, so brakes are good, and I just need to run her in now. One thing that I was very impressed with is Triumph in Maidstone, Kent, so that's Laguna Triumph, where I bought the bike from. I was looking all over the country, and I could only find one of these bikes in the whole of the country in jet black at the time. And yeah, I was impressed with the service from Mark at Laguna Triumph, and they even put a full tank of fuel in. And also on the first service, all the labour is taken care of, so you've only got to pay for oil and filter, and that's at 600 miles, and then you've got a 10,000 surface interval after that. So happy with the bike, and What I'm going to do now is get on the bike, take it for a run. I'll pop the other mic in the back of my jacket so you can hear the engine also. But I'll tell you a little bit more about why I bought this bike over the T100, or even some of the other retro classics out there like the Royal Enfield Interceptor and also the new BSA Gold Star that's just come out. So we're just down at my favourite place to look at bikes and review bikes, just down at Pine Lake in Lancashire. I know a few people have asked where is it that I do these reviews, and that's where it is, Pine Lake. Log cabins to rent and a nice water sports centre just at the top of the road behind me. Now if you're not from the UK, we've had -8 just recently in the last 10 days. Ground's been frozen every day, and it's gone from -8 to about 13 degrees, and actually about 17 degrees in the south of England. So some crazy ass weather we're having at the moment. Just take it easy around this roundabout. You've got a truck stop just near here with a diesel station. Roads are a bit damp today, so I'm taking it easy for two reasons. One, that it's freezing cold, roads are damp. It's not icy with the temperatures being above freezing, so that's good. And also I'm running the bike in, which is why I've left the stickers on the tank, just to give me an indication really. But you don't need to rev a Bonneville because it's got all the torque low down. Absolutely beautiful. I was just coming up the motorway just earlier before we got to Pine Lake, and I was doing 70 miles an hour at 3,000 RPM in 6th gear. So beautiful for long distance travelling, and that brings me on to one of the reasons why I wanted the T120 over the T100. Now I've ridden the T100 and the T120 for a couple of weeks at a time when I've been reviewing bikes from Triumph, and while I love the 900cc T100 engine, I wanted something that I could just do a little bit of touring on, weekends away and things, and the 1200cc engine appealed more for that. But also on the switch gear you've got single press cruise control, which is an added bonus for long trips. And I do like it because it's single press. Literally you find your speed you want to go to, press it once and that's it, it's set. And to cancel it you just close the throttle or put a brake on or the clutch in and it knocks it off. So perfect, simple. The bike has ABS and traction control, has 2 riding modes, which is pretty simple. You've got rain and road. I've got it in rain today just to be a little bit more intrusive. Also I've no reason to go fast today with me running the bike in. So we're just going to head up into South Lakes today. But yeah, absolutely loving the bike. Really thrilled, made up with it. Now if you've seen the last video, you'll have seen that I went down to pick it up from Maidstone, Kent. And I rented a van. Someone asked actually how much the van was to rent, and I think it was £70 a day from Marshall's van hire. And since I had the bike back, like I say, I've not ridden it. And as soon as I got it back, I covered it up, not ridden it. And the only things I've done to it is added the reservoir cap and the bits and bobs that I've just mentioned. But also I gave it a full treatment of ACF 50 just to keep that corrosion protection and keep that salt away in winter. But I will wash the bike when I get back and dry it before it goes back away. And the bike will be going away in a carcoon, so the bubbles that you protect classic cars and motorcycles with, that's where the bike's living currently. So there's no moisture circulating the bike at all once it's in there. And also this thing has a filtration system, like a fan that keeps it pumped up but also keeps the moisture out. So I'll show you that a little later in another video. Quite a good system. Although the company that you buy them from is based in Manchester, customer service is not that fantastic. and takes about 2 weeks to 3 weeks for them to deliver it. Now, while you see me out today in the Merlin Edale jacket, best winter jacket I've ever bought, as you know if you watch the channel, but also I had somebody comment about the helmet that I'm wearing, the Array Tour X4 I think it is. Yes, it's probably not suited towards a classic bike, but it's the comfiest helmet I've ever bought, and I will be getting another helmet just to go with this bike, which is more of a normal helmet from Array again, because I'm so impressed with the quality of these helmets. What I can tell you is the clutch is really light. You've got a torque assisted clutch on the motorcycle. Beautiful, silky smooth. Now, I've been quite lucky over the past year, and I think I've put out about 60 videos on Triumphs alone, so thank you Triumph for the loan of those bikes. And every time I've had Triumphs loaned to me, they've been with me for a couple of weeks. So again, another reason why I went for the Triumph Bonneville was that I've had plenty of them to test, and yeah, the build quality, the engines on these bikes. Yeah, I've had a few comments about, oh, be careful of the gearbox on it. Now, I know on the previous generation there was a gearbox recall or an issue, and I can tell you that there isn't that issue now on the new bikes, and Triumph are such a great company these days. Oh, nice deer there, can you see that? Beautiful. Where was I? Yeah, Triumph these days, believe me, I've ridden every Triumph in the last year. Like I say, 60 videos I've put out on them, and also there's a playlist in the top right hand corner just now on all of those. I can honestly say every motorcycle that they build is quality and a good bike. There's not many manufacturers you can say that about. Now, I did look at other classic bikes like the Royal Enfield Interceptor. I did have a test ride on one of those, and also it's in the videos way back. Now, I only test rode that bike for probably half a day. I didn't have it for 2 weeks, and that was from a dealer, not direct from Royal Enfield. I would love to test some more Royal Enfields, so if anyone from Royal Enfield's listening, then please get in touch. But yeah, the Royal Enfield, it's made to a price, and that price being around the 6.5k mark, as well as the new BSA Gold Star just hitting the streets, or not quite yet, but I see the dealers now have got them into the showroom as a demonstrator, so people can go and test ride them. I'm going to wait a little bit longer before the bikes are coming out from the media company to the press, to try and get one for a little bit longer. You cannot understand a motorcycle from an hour-long test ride. I'll tell you that now. That's what I've found out from over the years. You need the bike for a little bit longer, which is difficult to do these days, because you want to buy a new bike, and that's the only time that the dealer will give you a bike to ride, you know, half an hour to an hour at a time, from most anyway, and you can't get a good feel of a bike. I remember riding I think it was the Street Triple RS. The first ride, I had the bike for 2 weeks, and the first ride I had on it was in wet conditions, a bit like this today, but I didn't like it, and that was the first impression I got, really. I was just really not gelling with it at all. But as I rode the bike for the whole of the 2 week period, at the end of the 2 week period, I thought it was one of the best handling road bikes, naked road bikes that I've ridden ever. So yeah, it just goes to show you can't really judge a bike from an hour ride. Now, if I had have bought the Interceptor, while I would have loved it, and it is a great bike for the money, the Bonneville T120 or any of the Bonneville range is just more refined. Its quality, the frame welds, every part of the motorcycle is refined, and that's because they've refined it over the years to what it is today. So I'm really impressed with the build quality. The engine, I think, is one of the best parallel twins on the market, and yeah, just really happy with the whole experience of the motorcycle. Now, what I'm also happy about is that I didn't finance the bike. I saved up for the bike, and I've financed bikes in the past, and going through the 3 or 4 years that the finance was running, I can honestly say I always felt like the bike wasn't mine until I'd actually paid that finance off. So by saving up for this and buying it outright, whole different experience, and love the bike more than ever. So I know it's not easy to save up these days, and the only way a lot of people can buy bikes is PCB deals or loans, but I'm just happy I didn't go down that route and paid lots of interest on top. Also, I think I bought the bike at the right time. The bike, I think on the road price was 11,395, and I think that was a very good price for what the bike is. I see a lot of bike prices going up next year, although Triumph are holding their prices. Okay, so that about wraps our little first ride up. Just coming into Grange over Sands now. There'll be lots more coming on the Bonneville as we move through or into 2023. And one of the things that I always put on my bikes are the Motouk trackers, so I can keep tabs on them for security purposes. But if you didn't already know, over on our Instagram page we're actually giving away a brand new latest Motouk tracker. All you have to do is obviously like the post, tag 3 of your biking mates, and follow us over on Instagram. So if you look down in the bottom left hand corner just here, the Instagram is MotoUK_. Head over to Instagram now and enter that competition. There's not many entries in, guys, so you've got a good chance of winning it, and the winner will be announced at 7 PM on Christmas Eve over on our Instagram page. So if you're interested in a tracker for your bike, then head over to that now. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ding that bell for future videos coming up. And as always, guys, don't forget to give us a like. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you on another one soon. Also, to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a good New Year, and we'll catch you in early January. Cheers, guys.